Hello, howdy, and welcome to Nordic Game News. My name is Jacob. I'm the program director at Nordic Game, and I'm here to give you news about the Nordic Game conferences and shows, but also in general about the Nordic Games industry. The speaker program for our upcoming conference, NG23 Spring, on 23rd to 26th of May, is evolving quickly, and the speaker roster is looking quite awesome. I pat myself on the back as the program director for that, but I'm really thrilled this year to present a string of some of the best developers out there, and some of them are here with me right now. It's a pleasure for me to introduce you to Illfonic. Hello, Sharon and Jared. Are you there?
Hi
Yes,
there.
I'm not going to do the introductions. I rather had that you do that yourself. So please, let's start with Shannon. Please introduce yourself.
Perfect. I'm Shannon Gerritzen. I'm the VP of Marketing and Communications here at Illfonic.
And I'm Jared Gerritzen. I'm the chief creative at Illfonic and Shannon's husband.
I'm so happy to have you here. Not least because you are actually going to join us in person in Malmö, Sweden. Have you been to Sweden before?
I have not.
I have. I've got some good buddies over at Starbreeze, and I came out for a week a long time ago, and it was really a great experience. And so I'm super excited to come back out and explore and meet more of the devs and the people. I'm really excited for this event.
Oh, it's going to be great. I hope it's going to be great for you as well. Can you please, for those of in our audience that doesn't know anything about Illfonic, just please introduce your studio?
For sure. Illfonic was founded, I think we're coming up on 16 years this November, if I'm doing my math correctly, by Charles Brungart and Raphael Sadiq. They co-founded the studio back in 2007, and they did some work for hire at the start of things. They both were in the music industry. Chuck made the jump and came over and started doing games, and that was how it started. And then I think the big, the game that kind of put them on the map for people was Friday the 13th. And from there, the next one was Predator Hunting Ground. Then we did our own IP, Arcadegeddon, which has now led us to Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed. And here we are with you.
Oh, yes. And as vaguely indicated by Jared's setup, you have just released, or not just, it was late 22, right? Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed.
Yeah,
Can you
in
just
October.
Congrats with the launch, obviously, but can you also
Thank you.
just walk us through what is Ghostbusters about? I would love to try it.
So Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed is based off the Ghostbusters franchise. So as a kid, I grew up with Ghostbusters, and as a game developer, I've gotten to the point where I can actually go and get IPs and pitch games. And so with the success of F-13 and Predator, Ghostbusters was always on our list. And so Ghostbusters is based off the movies and the franchise, and it's a really fun asymmetrical game where 4 Ghostbusters are going into different locations and trying to bust a ghost. But the big twist is the ghost is played by another player. So it's a really fun asymmetrical game, a lot of cat and mouse. The Ghostbusters have a very clear objective is to bust the ghost, and the ghosts actually get to play the game in a completely different way, where they need to hunt the building and scare all the civilians out of the building, and really kind of play how they want. But I personally love the game so much because you can play completely different game styles in one single game.
Sounds awesome. I would love to try that out as soon as I have the time. Right now, obviously, very busy with kind of creating the program for this year's show, and that is where you step in, because you are going to do what we call a Nordic Game conversation, and that conversation is going to be about the Ghostbusters launch, but also a lot about work/balance. I mean, work-life balance, obviously. Why did you pick these topics?
I think, we have a very unique situation, the fact that we're married and work together, so it hits home for us. But I also think that we've come off a time where we spent a couple of years in a weird new, reality where we were all working from home and we were having to balance what that looked like for working from homes and working remotely. And then we went back into the new normal. And I don't think that, companies and humans, we've kind of had to figure out what that looks like for us and how that balances with our home life, because some of us are still working from home, as you can see Jared and I are, but we're in different areas of our home to keep that work-life balance. um, and then, just it's such a topic that's constant, I think, in any industry, not just games. But I think in games, because we all love games, which is part of why we work in games, it's easy to say, oh, I'm just a little bit longer, a little bit longer. I think it's always going to be a hot topic, and because we have that unique side of being married, I think we can add a little fun to it.
It sounds really interesting. Without revealing too much about your talk and the takeaways from it, can you do a little bit of a teaser? What kind of a audience would you say is should come and watch it? Is it for all levels of a studio, or is it particular meant for a certain group of developers?
I personally think it's for all levels. I think it's for anybody, whether you even make games or not. I just think that, we'll talk a little bit about what our studio did during COVID times and post-COVID, not post, but, the new norm times for helping all of our staff with work-life balance. We'll talk about what we do as two people who live together, work together, play together, all that stuff to make sure that we've got some balance. I think there's something for everybody as a takeaway that they can walk away with.
I'm really looking forward to seeing this. I hope I have the time to visit your talk. If not, then obviously it will be live streamed and recorded afterwards, so that if you miss it during the hectic conference days, you can go back and sit and relax and enjoy it on your screen afterwards. So I'm gonna look forward to that. Is there anything in particular you look forward to, besides speaking, obviously, of visiting Nordic Game?
Definitely. I mean, really, it's coming and experiencing it, but also meeting the different devs. Any event that I've been to over the past 25 years, it's all about meeting new people, meeting new studios, but new developers, but also exploring, the city and really just kind of experiencing the world, because I feel that's the greatest part of life, is getting the taste of everything, and it does affect you, and it affects, honestly, game development quite a bit. Going to different regions, it's all about learning how different players, different gamers just react and work with everything. We cannot develop games just for North America. We need to develop games for the world.
I am so happy you're saying that. It's almost like a commercial for why you should attend Nordic Game. So thank you for that. And I'm really, really looking forward to meeting you in person this May at Nordic Game. I just wanted to say thank you so much for doing this interview. And for those of you out there, now you have another really, really good reason for securing your pass and join us for NG23 Spring. Sharon and Jared, thank you so much for this, and see you in May.
Thanks. See you then.
Thank you. And with that, remember to subscribe to the Nordic Game channel. Give us a thumbs up if you like what you see. And most important, secure your pass so that we can meet in Malmo in May. With that said, I'm out.